ELN102, Lesson 6 Assignment, Wendy Anderson, October 1st, 2016. There are many common synchronous and asynchronous e-learning tools. Several of these are included on the slide. Synchronous learning takes place in real time, with students and teachers interacting during a lesson. Asynchronous learning does not take place in real time. Students complete lessons on their own using asynchronous tools to support their learning. Synchronous, or real-time learning, engages students and allows for synchronous collaboration. Being able to see and/or hear others in real time with tools such as video, audio, or web conferencing helps learners connect. Studies show that the higher a learner perceives the level of collaboration, the more satisfied they are with e-learning overall. Diaz and Entonado, 2009. Interaction and collaboration have been identified as major features in successful learner outcomes. In the synchronous model, the teacher's role becomes more about facilitating, guiding, and motivating the learner, providing feedback and collaboration opportunities. Synchronous learning provides multiple ways for students and teachers to interact, share, and ask and answer questions in real time. For example, use of the chat feature during a live webinar allows for interaction between the presenter and the learner. Synchronous learning tools enable learners to avoid feelings of isolation. This is especially true with video and audio conferencing. Finally, synchronous learning tools help with instructional pacing, since learning takes place in real time. Unfortunately, synchronous learning is not very flexible. Learners have to set aside specific time slots in order to meet in real time. So while I personally prefer real-time learning using synchronous tools, my busy lifestyle and frequent travels make synchronous learning difficult, unless the lesson or course is fairly short and takes place in 1 or 2 sessions. Asynchronous learning is by far the more popular learning type. Many of the tools are free and require minimal hardware. They can be used at the learner's pace, providing more time for student reflection, collaboration, and student-to-student interactions, although not in real time. Learners are able to develop enriched products and portfolios because of the pacing, using asynchronous tools such as wikis, which allow instructors and learners to work on projects together, and blogs which promote collaboration and provide opportunities for self-expression. Online discussion boards allow learners to interact with course content, other learners, and the instructor. Unlike with face-to-face discussions, where discussion participants have to respond on the spot, learners participating in an online discussion have time to research and develop their responses to questions posed or topics presented, which enhances higher-order thinking skills. Podcasting, another asynchronous tool, includes audio and video files that are broadcast over the internet and can be played back on mobile devices as well as computers. This allows for mobile learning, which is beneficial when a learner has to travel for work. There are a few downsides to asynchronous learning using these tools. Asynchronous learning can lead to feelings of isolation, and learners who lack motivation to do coursework may find that they need the structure provided via synchronous learning. To me, the strongest online courses utilize both synchronous and asynchronous tools. This allows for flexibility, but ensures students are engaged and don't feel isolated. As a student, I've taken several online courses where mainly asynchronous tools were used. I've participated in online discussion boards, watched podcasts, sent and received emails, created a blog, and utilized Web 2.0 tools such as Blackboard. As an instructor for a variety of English courses, I utilized several communications tools. My school used a gradebook system called Jupiter Ed. Through this system, I communicated with both students and parents. Of course, grades were posted, but I was also able to download files, post announcements and calendar notices, record assessments, grade assignments, and more. I used email, of course, and for a couple of classes utilized a class blog. These are all asynchronous tools. As a director and senior advisor for assessments, I utilized several e-learning communications tools as well. We developed and facilitated live webinars and recorded them for educators who were unable to attend the live webinars, emphasizing both synchronous and asynchronous learning. My colleagues and I created an online bank of practice assessment items for educators. These could be accessed through our website. These items were interactive and provided scores for students. This asynchronous tool was well received. I've conducted video conferencing, audio conferencing, and web conferences, all synchronous communications tools. I've utilized a chat feature and polling feature during live webinars and have incorporated polling questions into recorded webinars. I use Skype for instant messaging and WebEx on a regular basis, both synchronous tools. Currently, I'm exploring several new technologies as my company expands. This includes using Learnosity to develop technology-enhanced diagnostic and interim assessment items. There are so many Web 2.0 tools available to learners, designers, and instructors. Most tools fall into one of four categories: presentation tools, video-audio tools, mobile tools, and community tools, although some fall into more than one category and others are more difficult to categorize. Presentation tools allow for the creation and sharing of creative presentations anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. SlideShare offers a place to upload and share already created presentations, including PowerPoint slides and Adobe PDF portfolios, while Prezi and PixViewer, yes, that is how it's spelled, provides a way to jazz up presentations. Video tools such as Animoto and PhotoPeach help with the integration of videos into projects and presentations. Audacity and other audio tools help with the recording or installing of sounds. Mobile tools, including Poll Everywhere, Phone.io, and Jot, turn cell phones into learning devices. Community tools such as Edmodo, Google Docs, Classroom 2.0, and Creative Commons allow for community building and collaboration. These are two of the defining aspects of Web 2.0 tools. Other tools include Alice, an innovative 3D programming environment, Bitstrips, which allow you to make your own comic, Padlet, an online collaboration tool, and Quizlet, which can be used to create and share flashcards. Web 2.0 tools have expanded learning in so many ways. I still remember when I completed training at my first job. I was 16. We had some training in a face-to-face environment, some on-the-job training, and then follow-up self-paced training using print materials. With Web 2.0 tools, training can be online, interactive, and much more engaging. Training sessions can be recorded, either audio or video presentations, with interactive quizzes and reviews. Web 2.0 represents a shift from being a medium in which information was transmitted and consumed into being a platform in which content is created, shared, remixed, repurposed, and passed along. Downs, 2005. Web 2.0 tools help to support e-learning by creating more interactive learning environments where learning is created rather than delivered. Perhaps the biggest contribution of Web 2.0 tools to support the goals of e-learning is that it facilitates personalized learning and allows learners to create their own personal learning environments. While I can remember life before Web 2.0 tools, I can't imagine life without them now. I will admit that I am not as well versed in all of the types of Web 2.0 technologies, but I have experience with several. For example, while I was in the classroom a few years ago, I experimented with Prezi. I created a few presentations that I shared with my students, but it was when I had my students create Prezis for a yearbook assignment that I began to understand how innovative the tool could be. I went in with the old PowerPoint mindset, so my use was somewhat limited. What my students did with Prezi truly opened my eyes. One student in particular took her presentation to another world, literally. Students were asked to come up with a design and a theme for the upcoming year's yearbook. Her design focused on the galaxy, and her presentation took the class to several different planets. I also utilized Adobe PageMaker and Photoshop for both the yearbook and journalism classes. I've used Bitstrips, Wordle, Poll Everywhere, Edmodo, which is an awesome collaborative site for educators, Google Docs, Box.com, Wikispaces, Weebly, and more. I work remotely, and so Web 2.0 tools are vital. Box.com and Google Docs are tools I use very frequently. I'm experimenting currently with different presentation tools and audio tools as I develop sessions and courses for various clients. For e-learning projects, I would utilize Web 2.0 technologies such as screen and audio recordings, graphics, and clip art tools in order to engage learners and ensure that they are able to understand and retain the information being presented. Since collaboration is so important to learning and fosters higher level thinking skills, I would incorporate a discussion board. Reflection is also important to learning, so I would utilize a journaling tool for learners to use at strategic points in the e-learning session. Once I had all the pieces ready, I would use a presentation tool such as PresentationTube, which I am using now, to finish the project and then post the project to my blog or to another online platform such as Blackboard. For my final project, I plan to use PresentationTube to organize my presentation and add audio and perhaps video clips. I will use Audacity to ensure high quality sound. I'm not using it now. I am planning on incorporating clip art through absolutely free clip art. My plan is to post my presentation when I am finished to the blog I created on Weebly. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. I've included a reference list of different sites that I referenced in my presentation. Thank you.